Hello, squaddies. The day has gotten away from me, but I thought I should check in with you guys. You know, I believe Tina and Michelle, they're not going to have a show tomorrow, which is unfortunate. But hopefully they'll be back next week. But of course, they are both incredibly busy people, and they got a lot going on in their personal lives. So we have to wish them the best and hope that they can get everything done as safely and efficiently as possible. So you guys, I'm going to definitely keep this very brief, but I am enjoying these headlines with Prince William. He wanted to make sure that he was the center of attention, and I think he has done an epic job of it, because unfortunately he's said way too much, and people are calling him everything from out of touch to my favorite, of course, imperialist colonizer. William ripped for blaming African population growth for wildlife loss. Now, you know you mean business when you call the Prince of the Realm, the future King of England, an imperialist colonizer. How dare you call him by his name? So, I guess the people who said that are probably not familiar with Ann Richards of Texas. Ann Richards was the Democrat governor of Texas, and she made a remark about President George H.W. Bush, the older George Bush president. She said, "Poor George, he couldn't help it. He was born with a silver foot in his mouth." And I think that's Prince William's problem. It wasn't that he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He has a bad case of silver foot in his mouth. So Prince William, who seems to be an elitist, out-of-touch individual who hasn't learned anything from his mother schooling him on the realities of life, has really gotten himself into it this weekend, and there doesn't seem to be anybody there to save him. Or maybe that's why he went nightclubbing the other night. So this whole incident, while it is a very serious matter, that he seems to want to blame the population of Africa, who has done very little to cause global warming, he wants to blame them for what's happening with the environment and with the loss of wildlife and habitat. Unfortunately, he really needs to look a little closer to home, because you can easily draw a line back to the great European powers when it comes to the destruction of habitat and the robbery of mineral wealth from the continent of Africa. A lot of the wars and issues with territory have come from maps that were drawn by Europeans. The Africans haven't actually created most of these maps. They haven't divided a lot of ancestral homes from certain tribes and ethnic groups. That happened because of the Europeans. The same thing that happened in the Middle East. Remember, there are very few straight lines in nature. Very few. A straight line in nature is practically non-existent, but thanks to modern geography, with the help of those great European empires, there are now borders in places where they probably shouldn't be. So, as I said the other day, Martin Luther Cambridge strikes again. They're going to be up all night at Kensington Palace this week trying to put everything back together. I'm just kidding. You know they're not going to do that. So just remember the importance of the continent of Africa in comparison to the rest of the wealthier and overpopulated countries of the world. You can fit a lot of those countries easily inside of continental Africa. If you were able to like take the pieces of the jigsaw that makes up the world that we live in, you could easily fit countries like Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, the United States, Italy, Switzerland, Belgium, all of Eastern Europe, India, China, Japan, and the United Kingdom. They would easily fit into the continent of Africa. The maps that we have used all these years, those maps are a liar. Those maps make the northern hemisphere look much larger than it actually is, and that's because it's very difficult to flatten out a globe. But if you had to actually represent the actual sizes of these nations and continents and islands, things would be a lot smaller than you expect in some places, and of course larger in other places. Africa is strategic for so many reasons, and right now you have a lot of voices outside of Africa, in particular Prince William, who by anybody's stretch of the imagination is not quite a genius, but he's doing a lot of talking, and he's putting that silver foot right back in his mouth. Martin Luther Cambridge, who once slept rough with a black man, is going to tell everybody in Africa what they ought to do. And he's going to do that from the comfort of a helicopter, a fleet of automobiles, private jets. Of course, there's the military jets that they use on occasion. And of course, let's not forget the royal train. That William is going to tell everybody how it's done. And not to mention the comfort of Amber Hall, and he'll preach from the comfort of the largest apartment in all of Kensington Palace. That Prince William is going to tell the people of Africa what they're doing wrong. I would love to see the next royal tour any place in Africa. Please, William and Kate, please go to the Commonwealth nations. Please. I'll give you like $20 on the trip. Please go to the Commonwealth nations and do it fast before people forget. You know, this is supposed to be a short video, but I would pay good money if I could just sit in the back of the class while the Duchess of Cambridge started telling these kids about their brain. Omitting any theories about her own, I would pay good money to join the Cambridges on a trip to Africa, or any place in the Commonwealth for that matter, but in particular to Africa, or maybe to the Caribbean, so that they can preach to people about how they're living and what's wrong with their brains. I promised myself yesterday that I'm going to stop talking about the Cambridges, but I can't. I can't, because I'm just sick of them. Do you hear me? Sick! Anyway, I got to hurry up and get this video uploaded, so I'm not going to do any editing. But, boy, I tell you, Martin Luther Cambridge and Duchess Doolittle, they are the gift that keeps giving. I'm having so much fun. This weekend, I thought it was going to be kind of quiet, but no, Prince William had other plans. That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. If you would like to make a donation and you don't know how, to help support this channel, you can go to the comments section where you can find links to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. Thanks for watching Royal Sussex.